Women Football Tournament. They are expected to arrive in Benin City on Sunday. The competition with the team promoting the girl child is aimed at harnessing sporting talent in the state and tackling the scourge of irregular migration amongst teenage girls. Well, Edo State's First Lady, talking about Mrs. Betsy Obaseki, while addressing journalists in Abuja yesterday, said the tournament will hold from Sunday, September 26 to October 3, 2021. Well, she listed participating teams to include Edo Queens, Rivers Angels, Bayelsa Queens, Sunshine Queens, FC Robo Queens, Heartland Queens, and Royal Queens. Well, others are Confluence Queens, Kaduna Queens, Niger Rattles, Fortress Ladies, and Rowley FC. Well, according to her, 4 venues have been scheduled to host this tournament. So these are the University of Benin Sports Complex, Western Boys High School, School of Health, Technology, Football Complex, and of course the Samuel Obumedia Stadium, which is expected to have the semi-final matches as well as the final match of this event. The First Lady also went on to say that 12 prestigious women football clubs in the country have confirmed their attendance and participation. Well, the team, that's the teams for this one, will be arriving in Benin City hopefully on Sunday. Would of course be seeing them. And she also said that the medical team has been put on standby to carry out the rapid tests on all the players and officials on arrival in line with COVID-19 protocols. So that's of course a little information we've got for you as it concerns the Betsy Obaseki Cup, which is going to kickstart on Sunday. We expect to see the draw for this one. It's an invitational tournament, and it's of course meant for 12 Nigerian clubs, or some of them they play their trade in Nigerian Women's Football League. What we're getting is that that tournament is going to be at least the biggest for now. Remember, the NWFL a few days ago, they announced the new date for the new season. So with this tournament, we hope that teams like Edo State and of course the other teams in the NWFL gets to prepare for the new season. And of course the aim of this one is promoting the idea of football amongst the girl child, and also reducing irregular migration from Nigeria to other parts of Africa and of course the rest of the world.
Yeah, and it's also going to raise awareness on gender-based violence, because that's something that women suffer from in Nigeria. Gender-based violence, of course, is violence against a particular gender. It's supposed to be across board. When you say gender-based, within the gender we have is male and female. So male also suffer violence, but unfortunately in Nigeria, once it's a gender-based violence, it's assumed that you're talking about women, because it's largely disproportionate, the kind of violence that they suffer compared to men. Even if you talk about sexual harassment, it should be across board, because men also suffer from this, but we know that it's predominantly women who suffer it. So gender-based violence has now come to be associated with just the women. So it's going to talk about the welfare for the girl child. That's the tournament. It's going to address irregular migration, because we know that even though men and women are victims of irregular migration, but the dangers for the women is more than what we have for the men. And then, of course, gender-based violence. So it's great that they are having all of these tournaments. The one that we had in Lagos, which was for the national team, the Aisha Buhari Cup, well, the team was playing for good, and now we are having this one in Edo State, which is for the club. Well, the draw is going to be held at the new festival hall of Government House in Benin City, and this is going to be at from 7 p.m. So we expect that all of these teams that are coming, these 12 teams, some of them are right here in Edo State, so they'll be waiting for their counterparts to come and join them. Everybody will be praying for a good draw, but in the competition like this, okay, I've got to beat everybody to win the competition. So for Edo Queens, I hope they are ready. I hope they will perform much better than what we saw when they went for the Super 6. So this is a tournament that could help them redeem their image as we prepare for the new season. But I'm excited that women's football is not neglected in Nigeria. It used to be, but now we are seeing things happening. And even in Africa, we had even the president of SAFA, that's the South African Football Association, Danny Jordan, speak highly about the Aisha Buhari tournament. And then he even praised the First Lady of Nigeria for conceiving that idea, and it's great. So we also appreciate the First Lady of Edo State, Mrs. Betsy Obaseki, for this initiative, and we hope that it is something that will be sustained, so that every year we have competitions like this, things that competitions that will let the women folk know that they've not been neglected, that they're thinking about their welfare. So looking forward to covering that event and looking forward to some exciting football. I hope we'll get the kind of quality we saw in the IT Cup final when Bayelsa Queens were able to beat FC Robo Queens at the Samuel Ogundia Stadium.
Well, hopefully we'll be seeing some of the matches, at least live, maybe starting from Sunday.
We'll be covering it, so we'll be there. So, we'll be there to
because
watch
like you rightly said, women's football is getting more interesting by the day. Of course, you will look at the shocking results coming from the recently concluded Aisha Buhari Cup, and we're hoping to see some more results, even though this tournament is meant for clubs here in Nigeria. Would love to see a situation where the amateur clubs now gets to maybe beat an NWFL club. I want to see that on a regular basis. And also,
let's see if that will happen, but I'm sure the NWFL club will say no way, this cannot happen. We will.
And I'm also sure that for those small teams, it's an opportunity for them to advertise their own players as well. You know how it is. You know, when you're an amateur side, you want to sell players.
For a club like Edo Queens, for instance, apart from playing the competition, wanting to win and everything, this will be a good opportunity to scout for players and how you can strengthen your own team. So it's good all around, and it is a confirmation that when you have sporting facilities, when you invest in sporting facilities, you are going to draw competitions like this, and it's just great for football and sports generally in Edo State. We had the National Sports Festival this year. We had the final of the ITO for both the men and the women this year at the Samuel Ogbomodiya Stadium. Now we are going to be having the Betsy Obaseki women's football tournament, and we are going to have them not just at the Samuel Ogbomodiya Stadium. That's where we'll have the semi-final and the final. But because you have so many facilities, you are going to use Western Boys High School, the pitch. I've been there, I've played there, fantastic. The School of Health, I've been there, I've played on that pitch, fantastic. The University of Benin Sports Complex, I've been there, I've played on that pitch. It's also great. So when you have all of these facilities, you need to have competitions like this to keep them in use, and then you will be attracting so much sporting activities. And from what the Deputy Governor said, this is 100% private sector driven. Not a single kobo of government is in this competition. And yet we are having 12 teams participating. Some of the biggest clubs in Nigeria would be coming here. So that's fantastic. When you have these facilities, that's what the government can do. Because, I know private individuals can also invest in facilities. But when we are looking at on this kind of scale, it's only the government that can do that. So the government is to provide these facilities and create the enabling environment, security and everything for these competitions to thrive. And when you do that, the private sector will take over, and you will see sports generating revenue for the state and the country.
All right. I think it's something good because it's going to serve also as a pre-season for Edo Queens who also will be taking part, because very soon the women's league will start, and we hope that they go on to do great stuff and even win titles. But all the same, let's see how far the Best Obaseki tournament will pan out. And like you said earlier, many people are going to have a feel of that tournament, especially this Western Boys at Tremont Park, very close. So I know so many people will be able to go in there and enjoy themselves, even School of Faith. So the venues for the matches matches were strategic places, and I also hope that they go on to do more than this. Yes, we know it's just for the girl child and all that. Is the environment really is there enabling environment for the girl child, for girls to thrive, and for the upcoming ones to also have a future? So when we are preparing for tournaments like this to ensure that we promote things in the state, we should also be ensuring that there's an enabling environment. Honestly, not just to play football. At the end of the day, everything remains the same. And next year we'll be talking about another tournament and all that. So I hope everything goes well, because sometimes it doesn't. What we organize tournaments for and what we tend to promote, sometimes it doesn't go past.
That's what the tournament is doing. Drawing awareness, creating that awareness. Now you have the First Lady being involved in something like this. The First Lady has personally taken up some of these issues. It's not the football is just a way to say let us play. Yeah, there are laws in place. There are laws in place to ensure that these things are tackled. Organizations like IOM, organizations like NAPTIP, organizations like UNHCR have been talking about this thing. They've created awareness, and they've met with government, they've worked with government, and there are laws to tackle these issues. So now parents who think that the only way they can make it, the only way their children, female children, can make it is to ensure they travel to Italy or travel abroad, go through this. Your mates did here, they send money, you to go. When they see these footballers coming into Edo State, they see them playing football. They see Asisat Oshoala recently posted pictures, and we know how wealthy she is, because she plays for Barcelona and she's played for so many clubs. When you see footballers, let's say a player of Edo Queens, for instance, as the deputy governor mentioned, going to schools to talk to the girl child, maybe mixed schools or schools that is just for girls. When they see such people, these are people that we see on TV, these are people that we hear their names on the radio, these are people that we read about in the newspapers. They are coming to your school to talk to you as a girl child, telling you that you don't need to go through the desert to attempt to go to Europe. If you play football, if you take your education seriously, you participate in sporting activities, you play football from a young age, and you get into the system and everything, you can have that fantastic future. So all the monies that you think you will make from crossing the sea or going through the desert to Europe, you can actually have that playing football. I mean, what does somebody like Asisat Oshoala or Rasheedat Ajibade or Francisca Odega, what do they lack that someone will have to go through the desert to get? They didn't need to go through the desert. It's just by playing football. So you have all of these things, and apart from football, there are other sports that you can participate in. Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, that's today the Director General of the World Trade Organization, was former Nigerian Minister of Finance, was in the World Bank, or has done something. Did she need to
go to Libya to achieve that?
Libya or to anywhere? Did she need to cross the desert? Did she need to go through the? Did she even participate in sports? She didn't. It was just education, So when you have role models talking to these girls, letting them know there is nobody who went through the desert. I don't care, because I see some of them succeed, but out of like 1,000, maybe it's one that will manage to succeed, and this success is even by our own definition here.
It's relative.
Has been able to build houses, has been able to buy flashy cars and all that, but the sacrifice that person made to get through there. Some of them have to get involved in drugs, in prostitution, in so many vices that are not good. But even then, take the most successful person who went through the desert, who went through the sea, who went through irregular migration. Can you compare that person to Asisat Oshoala? Can you compare that person to Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala? So these are the kind of things that we have to put before these young girls and even boys. Look, of course, there are multiple examples from the men's side that you can give to these children to say, look, you don't have to do this. You can actually be serious with your education, be serious with sports, and you will achieve success.
All right, if you just tuned in, you're listening to Sports Fiesta here on KU92.7 FM. This is a Friday morning edition of the show. Let's go for a break here. When we come back, we'll of course talk about those referees who have been appointed to take charge of the Nigeria-Ghana clash, and also look at some other stories right here on the show. Stay here.
UFM 92.7. Turn on excitement.
know that following people without their consent is stalking and it's an offense? Don't be an offender. We give our consent for you to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at KUFM Nigeria, on Instagram at KUFM Nigeria, on Twitter at KUFM Nigeria. Check out the latest pictures and videos and catch breaking news, entertainment gist, trending issues and happenings on social media by following us at KUFM Nigeria across the various platforms. KUFM, turn on excitement.
Have you seen Captain Mama, protector of the Ayo family? She's making her golden morn in the kitchen.
Ta-da! Breakfast is ready!
Mommy, why are you always excited when we have golden morn?
Because it helps me nourish you. You know it contains
iron and vitamin C.
Yes, it does.
Enjoy Golden Morn with your family every day. It contains iron and vitamin C to nourish you day by day. Golden Morn, make every day amazing.
Anti-wait, straight to the point, we no get time to waste. I feel like you get to your number. Star 711.
It is safe and secure. So many things you can do, it is pure. And it's so easy to remember.
Star 711. Yeah, you want to pay your bills, send and receive money. I be you need to check your balance. Star 711.
So easy to recharge my phone. I can close my eyes, open my account, and I'm good to go.
Star 711. Oh yeah, tell me the number. Star 711. It's easy to remember. Star 711. No more banking wahala. Star 711.
Keystone Bank, we grow together.
Star 711.
Milo! Yes!
Tell me first, why do I give you Milo every morning?
Because every day I play like a baller, I run like a sprinter, and learn like a scholar, so I need all the energy I can get. You see?
I see very well.
Give your kids winning energy. Milo Active Go, with the goodness of malts, milk, and cocoa, helps them make the most of every day. Milo, the energy to go further.
Kids, Indomie welcomes you back to school. Have a session filled with lots of fun and excitement. Stay safe, stay healthy. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Wow, the detergent can come again. Wow. You dey wash plenty and you dey say wow. You fit to win a millions as you dey wash with, wow. Jump 50K every day. Wow. If you not time to take calculate. Wow. Million naira full ground. If you want know how, just check the pack. Wow. Get your own car though when you wash with wow. Detergent, you dey wash up. Million naira bracket. For wow detergent promo.
This promo will end for the 25th of October 2021.
Uncle Dentist, what be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shey they use comfort?
No, dear. Now, home for teeth, they cause most tooth pain will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
And the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Are you tired of long queues at the banking halls, waiting for your turn at ATMs just to find out that the ATM is out of service? Are you searching for a fast, reliable, and efficient way to make deposits and withdrawals? Well, we have just the right solution for you. The OPay Mobile Money Merchant, the largest merchant network in Nigeria. With over 500,000 merchants nationwide, be rest assured to always find an OPay merchant near you. You can make extra income by becoming an OPay POS merchant and offer financial services to people in your community. Download the OPay app now and start enjoying amazing benefits. The OPay app is available on Google Play Store or the App Store.
A game is about to start. It's a game of fame, love, and betrayal. To remain in the game, watch your back and never lose your guard. Because when you do, you're out. The biggest reality show in Africa, Big Brother Naija Season 6 is back. Don't miss the intense drama this season. Launch weekend starts 24th of July at 7 p.m. on DSTV Channel 198 and Africa Magic. Headline sponsor, Abeg. Associate sponsor, Patricia. BB Naija is rated 18.
The ancient city of Benin is at it again. The Edo State capital is set to host the maiden edition of the Betsy Obaseki Women Football Tournament. 12 top-graded professional women football clubs across Nigeria are expected to trade tackles, which includes our own Edo Queens Football Club in this initiative of Her Excellency Betsy Obaseki, aimed at promoting female football and empowering our girls against human trafficking and other forms of gender-based violence. The football contest will run from September 26th to October 4th, 2021. 4 venues are slated to host the tournament, with finals taking place at the Samuel Ogbomudia Stadium on the 3rd of October. Other venues are Univent Sports Complex, Western Boys High School, and School of Health Technology. This preseason football tournament promises to be another extravaganza. Be there. Note, COVID-19 protocols will be strictly observed in all the venues. Signed, Media and Communications Committee.
Honey?
Yes, dear.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food. I think it's about time we go solar.
How?
With Vertical Solar, we can have all our appliances and electronics powered by solar, and they allow us to pay small. We can pay installmentally with as low as 36,000 naira monthly, spread across 12 months.
Tell me more.
I know you like the idea of paying small. Vertical Solar range of products can power all household devices, including air conditioners and water pumps.
What are the benefits of solar power?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, no more spending on generator, and no more generator noise.
I see. But how can I locate Vertical Solar?
Head now to 28 Country Home Metal Road off Ajib Junction, Sapele Road, Benin City, or Blossom Mall beside Stop to Shop stores, DBS Road, Asaba. Or you can call them on 0816-170-1105 or 0703-623-4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
In case you just tuned in, you're listening to Sports PSI here on K92.7 FM. Of course, before we went for that break, we did tell you that we'll get you the referees for the Nigeria-Ghana class for the African Women's Cup of Nations qualifier. Of course, the referees have been published by CAF, so let's quickly talk about them. Well, the football body yesterday announced Vicencia Amadome of Togo as the center referee for the first leg match slated for Ghana, which will be assisted by her compatriot Abra Sitse Ofe Abidanu. That's of course the assistant referee 1. There's also Edu Kindeji, assistant referee 2, while Sonia Lucy from Cameroon would of course work as the reserve referee. Well, the first leg is scheduled for Accra, while the reverse fixture would of course take place here in Nigeria. From there, let's move on to the NFF. Well, in the aftermath of Nigeria's 4-2 loss to South Africa at the just concluded Aisha Buhari Cup in Lagos, well, the Nigerian Football Federation president, talking about Amajiba Vibenika, praised players of the Super Falcons for their commitment to the national team despite the defeat to a very young South African team. Well, he also confirmed that he has called former team captain Desire Paranaze to apologize for the uncomplimentary words used against her in the post-match press release by the Football House. Well, he said there was really no need to be emotional in their reactions after the game, noting that the entire team failed to live up to the expectation and no player should be singled out for ridicule. Well, he praised Desire Paranaze for her patriotism over the years and assured her that as long as she is fit and in super form, the coaches will always invite her and other players' own merit. Well, it's good news that the NFF have, of course, apologized. That press statement came from their media office, and some persons are saying that Adebola Olajire was actually the one who wrote that press release. But it's good news that they've come out to say, look, this is not how we are. We shouldn't react in times like this. Shouldn't have written that letter, and we're sorry about it. Direct apology to Desire Paranozie.
Yeah, whoever wrote that thing, I think, I don't know. I don't want to say whether the person needs another orientation in sports journalism. I don't know. I'm trying to be
civil here.
Yeah, because it's just sad. Let's listen to what was written. France-based forward Desire Paranozie was most awful on the evening, squandering a half dozen opportunities, easily conceding possession and literally playing against her own team. The Super Falcons created chance after chance, but Paranozie wasted them all, choosing a big day to put every foot wrong and shockingly lasting the entire 90 minutes on the park. That was what was written. That was what was officially sent from the NFF Communications Department after the game. I mean, if this had come from a sports journalist like you and I, you know, analyzing that's the game, and but even then we could criticize and say, come on, look, nobody that watched that game will tell you, oh, Desire Paranozie was fantastic. She was poor, she was awful. But so was almost every other player in that team.
Yeah, even Oshola was bad.
Oshola was even worse than Desire Paranozie. So why would you single out Paranozie for this kind of criticism? And even if it's going to come from any quarter, it's not supposed to be from the NFF Communications Department, for crying out loud. It's totally wrong, and I'm happy that the president of the NFF himself had called Paranozie and had apologized. Because look, this girl has suffered. I'm not one who will accept indiscipline in the team. So I'm not saying even if a player is indisciplined, even if a player talks anyhow, even if a player does things that we can see clearly is wrong, then the player we must invite the player. No, the NFF have got the right. If they feel this person is not doing the right things, or this person is a disruptive influence on the team, I don't care how good you are. But if you are going to be a disruptive influence on the team, the manager of the team has the right to not choose you, not select you. And then the NFF could also say, this kind of player, we don't want them in our national teams. So I'm not going to sit here and say, no, they must invite any player. No. So, but for Desire Paranozie, from what we heard, the story that we followed over the years was that she was fighting for the entire team, and it has to do with officials not doing their job well. Then somebody spoke out to say, no, you cannot be treating us. It's like what almost happened, what purportedly was about to happen with Leon Balogun. But the Super Eagles players, maybe realizing what happened with Desire Paranozie, they said, no, this guy, he will even be our spokesman if we are to have any meeting with the NFF. And maybe they were forced to ensure that Leon Balogun was invited to the national team. So Desire Paranozie was kept out of the team for a long time. I defended the right of the coach. I said, look, if we have no proof that it was the NFF who are influencing the coaches not to select Desire Paranozie, then if the coach does not want to select her, no problem. I can live with that. There are other players. Come on. Even Osisa Toshola, if the coach feels I don't want her in my team, you can drop the person. Even like the person like Cristiano Ronaldo, if the coach says I don't want to play them, drop them. But the thing is, if after you drop these players, you now go to play a game and you perform woefully, and we can see clearly that if this player had been there, the player would have been able to salvage this, and then we could ask question and ask you, why did you not select this player, or what was all the reasons? So if it's not the NFF influencing the decision to leave Desire Paranozie out of the team, I had no problem with that. But after so much talk, we heard that she apologized to the NFF for whatever it was. It was never clear to us what she actually did, but they said she apologized. It was not made public, and suddenly she was invited back into the team. On her return to the team, somebody accosted them abroad in the coach that was taking them somewhere, and was raining insults on Nigeria and saying those sort of things, telling them that they should not be representing a country that engages in. He was just talking trash on that day. The first person to stand up to say, no, you cannot be talking about Nigeria like this was Desire Akparanuze. She could have just sat back and, well, after all, this team left me out of the national, this country left me out of the national team for 2 years. But she did not look at what happened to her in the past, whatever shoddy way she was treated. She stood up and defended the honor of the country. So I don't understand why the NFF, I didn't even see any write-up from the NFF. Personally, I wrote on my social media platform, attacking, criticizing that person who did that into the super Falcons. And some people were like, well, the guy was speaking. What rubbish truth was he speaking? What truth? If we are talking about, okay, speak truth to power and blah blah blah. Don't you know where you are supposed to go? You cannot go to the Asorok now and tell them. If you can even get close to Asorok, or go to the Nigerian embassy in Austria, then where you accosted them. Go and tell, to the point that he was even insulting Ashley Plumtree.
Yeah.
That why would she leave the country that she was born in to come and represent Nigeria and all of that. So while all this was being said, Desire Akparanuze was the first, not even the captain of the team. It was Desire Akparanuze who stood up, and that tells you the kind of leadership qualities she has. She stood up and was confronting the man before the others had the courage to also start and started speaking. So if for whatever reason you are going to criticize them, as I've said, Desire Akparanuze was poor in that match. Azat Oshola was poor. More than half of the team were very poor. There was just a few players that you could single and say, okay, these guys did well. So why would you now clearly, you even mentioned her name, mentioned where she was based, that she was poor and that she missed chance after chance. Which chance after chance?
The person said she was playing against her team.
Playing as if she was playing against her own team. I don't, for God's sake. And you claim that she created chance, she squandered chance after chance. What chance after chance? The match that
we didn't even have up to 4.
We watched the match.
Wait. Is that half a dozen of chances?
Yes.
Half a dozen is like 6 chances.
Yes.
We didn't have up to 6 chances.
No, it's good that the president,
I think the person just wanted that
himself,
maybe use that opportunity to attack
maybe
the person
there are some things
that accumulated anger in the past.
Exactly. But I'm happy that the NFF president has apologized. But it should go beyond this apology.
The person deserves a query.
Whoever did this, I don't know. People have been. I don't want to say it was our Oga Adamola Olajire who did this, but whoever it is, and even the supervisors who are supposed to edit the report before it was published should be queried. And maybe that's why they are mentioning Olajire's name, because he is the head of the NFF.
At least he approves it before it gets published.
Well, I don't know. Maybe someone else wrote it and he was not aware. I don't want to really get into all of it, except maybe he signed it. I've not seen the full because they took it down immediately and sent another one. Yeah, so whoever it was that did this, whoever approved it, should be sanctioned so that we don't have this again. It's really bad. And honestly, if Desire decides now that, look, that's it, I've suffered enough humiliation trying to represent my country, then
at the time we had Emmanuel Emenike resigning from the national team because he felt he was always attacked after a particular Super Eagles match. Some persons felt that he was maybe not playing to the gallery for the Super Eagles. So
but that was not the NFF.
Yeah, but that was not the NFF.
Him.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Odone Jallow had issues too. Yeah. Even to the point that people were attacking his
family
wife,
members,
and his family, and we said, no, you cannot do that.
So you can criticize the player.
And all of this was not officially NFF. It was just fans.
I think this is the first time in the history of Nigerian football where I see something like this. I've never seen anything like this before. Even in our worst states, we've never seen this before.
After a match, we'll single out a player and write this garbage about her. No, it's totally wrong. And yeah, apologizing is the first step, and assuring Desire that so long as she's informed and the coach wants her, she will be invited. Fantastic, but we should go beyond this. Whoever did this should be sanctioned.
Okay, well, your very good friend Victor Osimhen, he scored 2 goals yesterday for Napoli to maintain their perfect start this season in the Serie A. Napoli, they're doing well, we must say it. They have 15 points. In fact, they're topping the table currently. And Victor Osimhen has scored 3 of their goals this season. They played 5 matches. So Victor Osimhen is in fabulous form at this point in time. Remember yesterday, Ibrahim, we spoke about him and we said we hope that he could score. In the morning we said it, and then in the evening as well we said it. And of course, by nightfall, Victor Osimhen got a brace for
he could even
himself.
have had a hat-trick in that game. I watched the match live.
Yeah,
He could have had
against
a hat-trick.
Sampdoria.
Yeah, could have had a hat-trick, but I'll take a brace.
Well, he's a striker. It was bought to score goals for them, and looking at the amount of money that Napoli spent on Victor Osimhen, one was expecting to, justify that amount. And looking at the pressure and everything surrounding that young boy, he does not play as if there is pressure on his shoulders, even if it is. But it's Osimhen that likes to play the way he likes to play.
He's a Lagos boy, that's why.
You need to see the way he played in the under 17, where he scored 10 goals. That tells you this guy has a bright future. Even if he's playing under pressure, he knows how to bring
He's a
himself.
top guy, actually.
Yeah. So for me, is Zola liking him to Lukaku? He said he's the head to Lukaku. For something like Gianfranco Zola to say that, he knows what he's saying, because he also has done fantastic stuff, in his playing days. Even when he played for Chelsea, there was a match Zola played. It just came on first or second touch, it was a goal. That was how the match ended. So when people like this talk, you need to listen to them. And Osimhen, honestly, despite it not started well, he was sent off against Venezia, but after appealing that record, you saw how he responded to his 2 against Leicester City, 1 last time out, 2 yesterday. Who knows how many goals he's going to score this weekend? So for me, I think last season was just his first season with Napoli. It does not go well at all. Coronavirus, injuries, and other, yes. But this season, if he stays injury free, come on, the guy is going to contest for this guy highest goal scorer in the Italian Serie A. Roma also played yesterday.
The commentators were just saying, is there anybody that can even challenge him for the award of
no Lukaku anymore.
Of the highest? That was exactly what they said. Lukaku
there's no Ronaldo.
So who is really going to compete with Victor Osimhen? But we'll wait and see. We hope he goes on to be crowned the highest goal scorer in Italy. I think the record is held by, that's for Nigeria, it's held by Simi Wanko, who has been struggling now.
Got up to 20 goals last season.
Yeah, so we are hoping that Victor Osimhen will not only be the African with the highest goals, he should also become the highest goal scorer in the Italian Serie A.
Okay, before we go for it, let's go to the Afro Basket for the women, currently ongoing. We understand the Tigers have got a game today in semi-final stage of the competition. They play against Senegal.
Yeah, and we hope that they will get victory in this, because it's just 2 matches left now to be crowned champions once again. So let's see what they do. So Nigeria versus Senegal, that match from the time here, I don't know which time zone is this, but it is 8 p.m. Here. The other semi-final is Cameroon versus Mali. Yesterday, the Cameroonians were able to win their game against Egypt 67 points to 61, while the Malians defeated Angola 74 points to 53. So it is Nigeria versus Senegal and Cameroon versus Mali. So whoever wins these games will be getting to the final. So we hope it's going to be Nigeria versus either Cameroon or Mali in the final.
Well, playing against Senegal, and they've met them before. They hosted last edition and they met in the finals. And Nigeria won that game, the difference of 5 points, 60 to 55. Yeah. So meeting them again this time, I know the Senegalese want to hey, let's go and watch these guys. Let's watch their games and see how we can claim their wins.
It wasn't easy the last time.
It was 5 points difference, 60-55.
So
it was really close. And 15,000 fans, out of 15,000 fans were at the venue. So who knows how this is going to pan out. So I just hope that the Nigerian Tigers will go past the Senegalese, then look up to winning the title for the third consecutive time. But all the same, with the momentum in camp and with the way the players are playing right now, I'm sure that's energy, that vibes, they'll take it into that game today and also try to beat Senegal. If they are able to do that, then the final is going to be win or bust.
Okay, well, this is the Tigers. They tend to start well, and then towards the last part of their encounter, they somehow fizzle out. But we just hope that's not the case, because when you fizzle out against a good team, you could, be punished. All right, we leave that there. If you just tuned in, you're listening to Sports Fiesta here on KU92.7 FM. This is, of course, the Friday morning edition of the show. CJ the Maestro, of course, Ali Ibrahim, the Sports Ibracadabra, and of course, the sports person himself, talking about Elsa Ibeka. Let's go for it. Let's talk about football now. Paulo Dybala is close to, Paulo Dybala is of course close to signing a new long-term contract at Juventus, or speculation over the balance situation has been raging in recent months with his current deal at the Allianz Stadium due to expire in June 2022. But we hear that he's on his way to signing a new contract. Okay, well, we saw matches in the Spanish La Liga and of course in the Italian Serie A yesterday night. Let's start from the Spanish La Liga to get you the results there, and then we'll talk about the Italian Serie A. It wasn't a good day in the office for Barcelona. Away from home against Cadiz, they drew 0-0. More pressure for Ronald Koeman. He's on his way out of the club.
It was even sent off for dissent. Yeah. And Luke de Jong was also sent off. You know, they played with 10 men. Where I think they are mainly playing with maybe academy players right now, because this is not the Barca. Honestly, let's talk about it. Right? This is not the Barca we used to watch. Even after the game against Granada, you know, they were booed out of the field because they called them nursery Barca. You know, so for me, a whole lot has to be done, because right now they are not even in contention. Talking about the title challengers this season, you can only look at Real, Atletico, maybe Sevilla. Yeah, then maybe others can come in, but certainly not Barca.
But I'm guessing maybe it could even take Barcelona 3 years to stabilize.
Honestly, so rebuild.
You know, their problems are maybe multiple now. Financial problems. They've got player issues as well. Financially,
injury worries as well.
Injury worries as well. So I don't think anybody's wrong to say Barcelona would not smell the trophy this season.
Negative football they played yesterday. Goalless attended, but Real Betis were able to beat Osasuna away from home 3-1. Then Real Sociedad also were able to beat Granada away from home 3-2. That was how it ended yesterday. For that Serie A, we talk not just Napoli that had a game. Torino and Lazio both played at a 1-0 draw. Then Tammy Abraham also on the score sheet again as AS Roma beat Udinese 1-0 to 0.
So Napoli tries Sampdoria 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0. And
then for the fixture for today, we've got the Bundesliga. Greater Fourth will be up against Bayern Munich. If you're interested in this game, it will kick off by 7:30 p.m. tonight. And then tomorrow we also have more fixtures.
All right, FC Union Berlin will take on Arminia Bielefeld. That match is slated for 2:30 lunchtime. Bayer Leverkusen will take on Mainz 05. Eintracht Frankfurt versus Cologne. Hoffenheim will take on Wolfsburg. RB Leipzig will be at home to Hertha Berlin, while Borussia Mönchengladbach will play host to Borussia Dortmund. Then on Sunday, Bochum will play host to Stuttgart, while SC Freiburg will entertain FC Augsburg. These are the matches slated for this weekend in the German Bundesliga. Okay, looking at the Italian Serie A matches slated for this weekend, Spezia will be at home to AC Milan 2 p.m. Tomorrow. Then Inter Milan at the San Siro Stadium we entertain Atalanta, promises to be explosive. Genoa versus Verona. Then on Sunday we have Juventus taking on Sampdoria. 11:30 that match is slated. Empoli will be at home to Bologna. Sassuolo versus Salernitana. Udinese we entertain Fiorentina. Lazio will play host to AS Roma. Then Napoli will continue their surge against Cagliari. Now it's 5 out of 5. Then on Monday Venezia will be at home to Torino. All right, from there, let's take a trip to La Liga and look at the fixtures there. On Saturday, Alaves will kick off this against Atletico Madrid at 1 p.m. Then Valencia at the Mestalla Stadium will play host to Athletic Bilbao. Sevilla versus Espanyol. Real Madrid will take on Villarreal. Then on Sunday, Real Mallorca will be at home to Osasuna. Barcelona at Nou Camp will entertain Levante. Rayo Vallecano will face Cadiz. Real Sociedad versus Elche. Real Betis will take on Getafe. On Monday, Celta Vigo will welcome Granada. That's what we've got for you as far as the Spanish La Liga Center there is concerned. Let's go to the Premier League before we look at the French League 1. Premier League starts tomorrow. Chelsea at 12:30 we play host to Manchester City, promises to be explosive. Manchester United will take on Aston Villa. Everton at the Goodison Park will play host to Norwich City. Leeds United at Elland Road will welcome West Ham United. Leicester City will take on Burnley. Watford will face Newcastle United, while Brentford will entertain Liverpool. Then on Sunday we have Southampton at the St Mary's Stadium playing host to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Arsenal will welcome Tottenham Hotspur to Emirates Stadium. Wow, not London Derby. Then on Monday we have Crystal Palace taking on Brighton and Hove Albion. So that's what we've got for you as far as the English Premier League is concerned. Lastly, to the French Ligue 1, starts tomorrow. Saint-Etienne at 4 p.m. we take on Nice. Strasbourg will face Lille. Lyon versus Lorient. Paris Saint-Germain will take on Montpellier at 8 p.m. Then on Sunday it will be Bordeaux versus Rennes. Brest will take on Metz. Reims will entertain Nantes. Then Troyes will be at home to Angers. Then Clermont Foot will play host to Monaco. Marseille at the Stade Velodrome will entertain ROC Lens. These are the matches slated for this weekend in the 5 major leagues in Europe.
It's a bit surprising that for such a big game, Chelsea versus Manchester City, we are having kickoff at lunchtime. They usually reserve these matches for the evening, but I don't know what happened. But
sometimes it can be
we'll play anytime.
It's going to be a tough afternoon for the two managers.
But I think Manchester City should be the fresher side because they played on Tuesday in the Carabao Cup. Chelsea played on Wednesday, and maybe Chelsea will even say, thank God there is no extra time because they went straight to penalties after 90 minutes. So we'll see what happens. Two sides that you feel they will be title contenders. Manchester City will know. Yeah, it's still early. I think this will be the sixth match that they're about to play. But if Chelsea beats Manchester City, I think you would be unwise to bet against Chelsea going on to win the league because it will mean that they've played against Liverpool away. They've played against Arsenal away. They've played against Tottenham Hotspur away, and they played against Manchester City at home. That I'm saying if they win, that will mean that they played all these teams, and no team in the Premier League will have more points than them. Because even if Manchester United wins, even if Liverpool wins, they will still be on the same point.
And also remember that for Thomas Tuchel, he's unbeaten against Pep Guardiola.
He has won 3 matches consecutively against Pep Guardiola in different competitions and different venues. He's beating him away from home. He's beating him at Wembley. He's beating him in the final of the Champions League. So it's look, honestly, I think Pep Guardiola will not lose this match. He will not lose. But whether they can beat Chelsea is what I cannot predict. But I think
it's a good game for the neutrals to watch.
Yeah,
for the Chelsea fans and Man fans, it could be edgy for you.
The most likely result is a draw. If I had to predict, I'm going to predict a draw because look.
And also remember, City have not been having it easy, at least in their last 3 matches, if I'm correct. And
even the last match in the Premier League, it was a goalless draw against Southampton, which was surprising. Although they now got goals in the Carabao Cup, putting 5 past. What was this club that 6? They actually beat them 6-1.
Wycombe Wanderers.
Wycombe. I keep saying West team. They beat them 6-1. Maybe you say, well, maybe we should have reserved some of those goals for
Chelsea because you will need them.
That's going to be a different proposition entirely. But we'll see what happens. However, I don't think Pep Guardiola will lose a 4th consecutive time to Thomas Tuchel. He knows. I've seen him analyze Chelsea, and he said, look, they are so difficult to play against, and he went on to analyze what makes Chelsea so difficult. But I think he will learn from his mistake in quotes in the first half of that match.
Even in the Champions League final.
That's what I'm saying. In the Champions League final, where he did not start with holding midfielders. So let's see what he will come up with. He must have analyzed the 3 defeats, and he will definitely try something new this time.
Okay, let's look at the messages if we have any.
Yeah, we've got a few here. This one reads, good day, sportsmen. The NFF should stop accusing players. Motivation is the key to achieve good results in football. What has the NFF done to motivate these players serving the nation? For the Barca situation, the coach should leave before he sees sack letter. Up Liverpool. Omanigo from Olugbo. Well, it was a department in the NFF. Let's get it right. It's not like it was the NFF board now.
But when they write, you can accuse the NFF for failing.
Yeah, but then the president of the NFF came out to apologize and said, look, withdraw that thing and send another one. So maybe the NFF. I don't think the NFF communications departments have to forward whatever release they are going to make to the presidents to vet. Well, it's from the NFF, but it's good that he has reacted and said, no, this is wrong, let's do the right thing. Good morning, men of sports. I think the football competition that is coming up in Benin is supposed to be played by kids. I mean, like under 16, under 17 girls, since the aim is to fight human trafficking. Why? Why will it be under? If it were under 16, under 17, look, let's be honest. How much interest will it generate?
Absolutely.
And under 16, under 17, yeah, I understand this is the target. You don't want girls that are under 16, under 17 to be trafficked. But if you want girls that are under 16, under 17 to go to secondary schools to talk to their colleagues, which experience do they even have to talk to them?
Absolutely.
But when you see somebody that is a player in Edo Queens, that's even playing for the Super Falcons, Glory Ogbonna, for instance, coming to talk to you in your school, you will listen. I mean, you want to take pictures with her to post on your social media platforms to see whatever. So there are competitions for these younger ones too. But when you have a competition like this, it is the big stars that should come for this competition.
I think we'll just take the rest and hopefully later on this evening we'll come back. All right. Before we go, let's blow the final whistle.
We are happy with Osimhen because he works so hard in everything he does. It was a good result, but Sampdoria caused us problems in the first half. Where we deserve credit is for hanging in there, resisting the pressure, and then finishing our chances well. Ospina did really well in goal during the first half as Sampdoria pounced on us from the start, but that led to huge gaps behind their defense. And in those situations, Osimhen is devastating. Napoli head coach Luciano Spalletti has praised Victor Osimhen's work ethic after scoring a brace in Thursday's 4-0 win over Sampdoria to go top of the Italian Serie A. And that's the final whistle on Sports Fiesta this morning.
All right, so that's of course the size of the package for this edition of Sports Fiesta. Hopefully we'll be back here by 4 p.m. for another part of the show today. Until then, I remain TJ the Maestro signing out.
The ancient city of Benin is at it again.